Alrighty. So when you took the notes on Tuesday, you've come now to realize that there are some systems where we have to multiply equations in order to eliminate the variable. Okay? So we're going to do we're going to do 2 story problems today. And then I have 3 more homework problems for you. Okay? When you did the notes, okay. So I'm going to say this is then example 3. Okay? Example 3.
Is this for 6 months?
It's the same lesson as Tuesday. Right, you should have said 6-4 at the top of the notes. Right there. You should write 6-4. At the top of the examples from Tuesday, you should write 6-4. It's not 6-5. It's still 6-4. Or it is 6-4. Right?
Yes.
You multiply to eliminate? Okay. Mr. Santos. A children's museum curator recently purchased or recently bought 2 purchases of clay and wood for a visiting artist. Given the table below, find how much clay and wood costs. All right. So here's our little table. I can insert one in. Probably not gonna try it now. All right. Okay. Okay. So the first purchase, he bought 5 kilograms of clay, 4 kilograms of wood. It cost him $35.50. Okay. Next, he bought 3.5 kilograms of clay, but then 6 more kilograms of wood. It cost him $50.45. Okay. All right. As you know, there are oftentimes in our books when we are given data in a table, I think these table problems are some of the easiest problems to write out the equations, because each row is one equation. Now, I think it could be helpful if we're figuring out how much it costs. So we're figuring out the rate. Okay, sometimes we're given the rate and we're trying to find like how much, we're getting, but sometimes we're asking for, like, in this case, like, how much does something cost? Okay, so the cost of the clay, I'm gonna say is C. I'll just go like this. And the cost of the wood is going to be W. Okay, so cost is kilograms per dollar. Wood, sorry, it's the other way around. The cost of the clay is dollars per kilogram, and the wood, again, dollars per kilogram. So the first equation is going to be 5C plus 4W equals 35.5. You could put 3550 as well if you want. Okay. So then what would be the second equation? Go ahead.
3.5C plus 6W equals 50.45.
Good. Now, in one of those scenarios that you saw yesterday, or on Tuesday, you saw that there are going to be times that when we multiply to eliminate, you have to multiply each equation. Okay? So, which variable would you like to eliminate?
W.
W. I would probably pick W as well, so I don't have to deal with the decimal. I could have eliminated the C, but now here's the other thing. To each his own when it comes to this next step. I think it's always just easiest without having to do more mental work. I think it's always easiest to multiply by just what that corresponding number is. So multiplying the first one by 6, multiplying the second one by 4. What else could I multiply them by?
3 and 2.
3 and 2. Because I know that 4 and 6, I can get to 12. But sometimes I don't want to have to do that work to figure that out. All right. I haven't had to use one of these in the last couple of days. Oh, there we go. Okay. So 6 times 5 is 35. So 30. C plus 24W equals 35.5 times 6 is 213. 4 times 3.5 is 14C plus 24W. 50.45 times 4 is 201.8. Now, here's one thing that I do also just want to say. When I do these problems, I don't worry about if like my numbers would be like, and this is not so much as story problems, but like problems that you worked on already. I don't worry about if they're like negative or positive. I will always multiply by a positive value. In the end, it doesn't matter because it all just kind of flushes out. Okay, so I see that they are the same. So what do I do to eliminate? Subtract. Good. 30 minus 14 is 16C. 213 minus 201.8 is 11.2. Divided by 16. The cost for the clay is 70 cents. per kilogram. Okay, so relatively cheap. Whoa, look at that. Okay. Oh, wow. Huh. Huh. Oh, well. All right. Now we plug it back in. I'm going to do that first one. 5 times 0.7 is 3.5. Plus 4W is 35.5. 35.5 minus 3.5 is 32. Divided by 4 is 8. So the wood is a lot more expensive than the clays. Yep. All right, that's our first example. Alrighty. Here comes our, oh wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Here comes our second example. Example 4. The fan cost index FCI tracks the average costs for attending sporting events including tickets, drinks, food, parking, programs, and souvenirs. The FCI says a family of 4 would spend $592.30 to attend 2 MLB games, Major League Baseball, and 1 NBA game. It would cost the same family $691 and 31 cents to attend 1 MLB game and 2 NBA games.
Sophomores to Mr. DeBose's classroom.
Find the cost of each game. I know it's wordy. But no. All right. All right. So. What is going to be one of our equations? Trying to find the cost of each game. What would one of our equations be? What do you think, Alex?
Would it be like X being MLB game and Y being NBA games? Would it be X plus 2Y equals 691.31?
Yep, there is one. So we'll do that in red. So 691.31 would equal X, because it's 1 MLB game plus 2 NBA games. Good. What's going to be the other one?
529 equals 0.30 equals 2x plus y.
Nice. Good. Good. 592.30 equals 2x plus 1. Now this type of problem is supposed to be a little reminiscent of what we did with substituting. When we learned about substituting, we would eliminate a variable, right? And then we'd plug it in. But now that we know how to eliminate using, right, adding, subtracting, multiplying, we seldom use substituting because it's easier just to multiply and then eliminate. So, alrighty. So, what variable do you want to eliminate, x or y? Cool. So what am I going to multiply that first one by?
2.
Good. So I will have 2x plus 4y will equal 691.31 times 2 is 1,382.62. Okay? So then now I will eliminate by subtraction these two equations. Okay? 2x minus 2x is 0. Y minus 4y is negative 3y. 592.3 minus 1,382.62. That's negative 790 and 32 cents divided by negative 3. Y equals, so this is the cost of NBA games. It's $164. Oh, sorry, 200. Sorry, I'm looking at the $263.44. We could put per NBA game. Okay, I want at least the dollar signs. Okay, now let's go find that other one. I think plugging in back into the red is probably the easiest, because I can just do 691.31 equals x plus this number times 2, which is 526.88. It's 164.43 per MLB game. That's it. Okay. Awesome. Now, obviously, this isn't like divvying up like how much the adult tickets cost, how much the kids' tickets cost, and like where they're spending their money. It's just saying like, oh, this is how much it actually costs. Okay. It would be interesting to see, to compare these. I forget where I got this problem, or if how I made it my own. But it'd be interesting to compare the different costs. So, all right. So I gave you, was it 7 through 18?
Yeah.
19 through 21 and 27 is the rest of the homework. It's still page 360. Okay. So this homework is going to be due tomorrow. Okay. It is 12:08. We are out of here at 12:26. So you have a little less than 20 minutes. If you have finished the problems from yesterday, or from Tuesday, I do think you have a good chance of, especially with career time today, leaving today with no homework.
Do you want this? You never took it.
I am going to take. I will take that tomorrow. I just want to be able to organize it first. So I haven't been collecting anything. So.